Amazing, we're recording. So yes, yes, yes. Just wanted to make sure, guys, that you're all excited, that you're all showing up for this, and really diving into exactly what beauty products are causing massive hormonal disruption in your body, right? This is so, so important because it's actually proven that the average woman will absorb 5 pounds, guys, 5 pounds of toxins every single year just because of the different products that you're using on your skin, your hair, your makeup, your nails, all of those different things. So this is really important, and this has been one of the biggest key factors in allowing me to balance my hormones and also allowing up to 59 other women that I've helped. We're now working on close to 70 with the last, influx of people that have come into our Purify system. But we've helped over 59 other women do the exact same thing, guys, be able to balance their hormones, lose weight, and be able to have more energy by eliminating these toxins and creating awareness and giving you your power back so that you no longer have to be a victim of, the big box brands that are saying, do this because this is going to help with this of your skin or with that. But really, all of the toxic ingredients underneath all of the things that they're trying to announce to you that they're actually doing are really, really causing massive endocrine disruption. So as you guys pop on here, I want you to comment where you're tuning in from today. I want to keep this super live, super interactive, super fun. We're actually recording right here on Zoom. We're also got the live going. So it's super, super exciting, guys. I'm really excited to be able to help you out with this. So if you're tuning in live, make sure that you comment where you're tuning in from. And let's dive in. Also, if you have any questions, make sure that you're actually popping them in the comments section below. Obviously, if you're watching the recording, then we're not going to be able to do that. But any questions that you have, you can always send me a message after. But this is really, really fun, guys. This is going to be super fun. It's going to be super interactive. It's something that if you actually are able to get some of your beauty products right now, if you're watching the recording, like pause the video, go grab maybe, stuff that you use like your shampoo and your lotions. Start with that. Your lotions is going to be a really big one. So your face lotion and also your body lotion. That's the biggest one that I would say to start with because that's the one that's going on the biggest amount of surface level of your skin, right? So you're going to have the most absorption with that. So I always say start with your lotions because I don't want you to get I don't want you to get kind of overwhelmed with this information because it is going to be a lot, right? We're going to go over a lot of different ingredients so that you can leave this, and that's my goal, right? That's my goal of doing this little mini masterclass because normally I do masterclasses and they're like an hour and a half and we just go super, super deep. But what I'm going to do with this one is we're going to go really deep, really fast. Because if you're watching this, it's most likely because you've already been exposed to some of the things that I do. So we're going to go super deep, super quick. And I want you to be able to leave here with a toolkit of knowing, okay, these are the products I need to toss, and these are the products I need to keep. And stay until the very end, guys, because if you decided to opt in to watch this video, it's because of the fact that you obviously understand, and you're obviously a high-level woman. You're obviously a woman who understands that health goes so much further than just the food that you eat and the exercise that you do. There's so many different pieces and tools and holistically comprising, components of being able to keep you healthy and keep your hormones healthy so you can have more energy, so you can have glowing skin, so that you can be able to actually have the energy to work out and you actually want to exercise and move your body versus feeling like it's a chore, right? And so that you can actually be able to show up for others and for yourself the way that you actually know yourself to be, right? Any of the shifts and changes, and I always say this to my clients, right? Because like I said, we work with so many other women, and it's so amazing because all of the different successes that they have, of course, yeah, it has to do with weight loss. And what I will say is these tips that I'm going to give you today are definitely going to also have to do with losing weight. So if you've been struggling a lot with losing weight, it might be because your body is in a very high toxicity level due to all of the xenoestrogens, the toxic estrogens that you're taking in. So that means your body is now in a place where it's not wanting to let in or release anything. It's in a toxic environment. And it's just like nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out. I'm not allowing any of this fat to go away because I want to stay safe. So we're going to dive into that, guys. So don't worry, we're going to dive into that. I'm going to give you the science behind it because I truly believe that empowering you with the why is even more important sometimes than giving you the what, because you're a super intelligent woman, right? Once you understand the why, you are then going to be so much more, prone to actually going forward and doing what it takes to get the results, because you're finally empowered to know, oh, that's why I should be using this product instead of that one. That's why I should be eating these cruciferous veggies instead of these vegetables, right? I understand now. I understand it actually has to do with detoxification and with hormone balance, which is going to make my fat loss journey even easier, which is going to make my cycles so much better and in flow, which is going to make me feel better on a regular basis versus feeling like you're up and you're down and you're all over the place, right? I don't know how many of you can relate to that. If you can relate to that, comment me in the chat box right now if you're watching this live, guys, because this is just so, so important. So, okay, let's dive in. Who's excited to dive in? Now, before we dive in, I want to give you a little insight about me and about my story and what led me to finding these different resources and to finding these hacks, essentially. These are hacks. These are not only beauty hacks that will allow you to look younger, right, for longer, that will also be beauty hacks that will allow you to have more glowing skin so you don't have to wear as much makeup. You can actually save money, right? Because if you're using the right products, you are not going to have to, buy a whole bunch of makeup. You're not going to have to do all those things. You can wake up and you can actually start looking more amazing when you're waking up, so that you don't have to feel like you're having to cover yourself, right? That's not what we want. Like right now, I'm not really wearing anything other than a bit of eyebrow, a little bit. I curled my eyelashes. I'm not wearing mascara, and I have lipstick on with a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes, because sometimes I get a little bit of those like tired marks. But that's it, guys. Like I don't have anything else on other than just the lotion that I'm going to share with you guys that I use. And also my nutrition is on point with the types of tricks that I share with you, right? Especially that I'm not going to share too much into nutrition today. I'm going to go more into the products, but this is what you can get to, right? You can get to a point, because my skin did not always look like this. And of course, I still have the odd breakout, but if you have actually seen any of the before pictures that I have, you would actually not think that it was me. I actually went through a period, and this is what really gave me the oomph to want to do this for all of you guys, is I went through a period where my skin was broken out in boils, guys. And this was because of all of the fad diets I had been on, because of the bad products that I was using, because of the misinformation that I was getting from all of these different beauty professionals and, these aesthetic people saying, oh, you have to use this, or you have bacteria, right? That's why your skin's breaking out. No, it had nothing to do with that. It was all hormonal. All of it was hormonal. And it was because of the issues that I was going through hormonally, where I was diagnosed with PCOS. I was told I might have a non-cancerous brain tumor because of the fact that I was essentially, I had gone through so many different diets, guys. I had gone through so many different fad diets, and it had gotten to the point where I had messed up my hormones so much that I had the same hormonal profile as someone who had a non-cancerous brain tumor. So this is really, really important for you to understand how important it is to be able to have the right products, to be on the right products, use the right products, eat the right food, so that you can balance your hormones from inside out, so that your skin and so that your being in general can be a representation of how healthy you are, the lack of toxins in your body, so you can be in total balance, in flow, and just live and have an easier life versus having to stress out about breakouts, or stress out about wrinkles, or stress out about feeling like you have no energy, or about belly fat and all these things. Guys, you have such a bigger purpose than to be stressing out about all of these things. And it all starts with these different little steps that you take, right? So that's why I want to break it down just when it has to do with the products, because you could be eating super clean, but if you're still putting all of these products on your skin, where, like I said, you're absorbing up to 5 pounds of toxins a year, you can still be doing so much damage to your hormones, even if you quote unquote eat healthy and you're someone who quote unquote is already health conscious, right? I hear that from so many women, that it's like, but I already eat healthy, right? I already eat healthy. That was like me, right? When I was going through all those hormonal issues, yeah, I was known as like the super healthy eater. But that didn't matter, right? Because I wasn't actually eating in a way that was to support my hormones. I was eating in a way that was being told to me by being like, oh, you're going to lose all this weight if you eat like this. You eat chicken and broccoli, and you're going to lose all this weight if you go vegan, and you're going to lose all this weight if you do keto and if you fast and you do all of these things, well, guess what? All of those things will totally mess up your hormones. Yes, including fasting. Fasting is one of the #1 things that will mess up your hormones. So, and this just comes down to your liver, right? Supporting your liver. So I'm not going to dive super far into those things. Those are going to be different videos, different tools and resources that you have access to, right? If you're watching this, obviously, if you're watching this live, you're already part of my community, the Health Hub. So if you're wanting to dive deeper into those other things I was talking about and about the nutrition and about being able to support your liver, I have so many other videos on that that dive super deep, that give high level information. Normally my paying clients only that pay thousands of dollars to work with me for 3 to 6 months have access to this stuff, and I'm giving it to you guys for free. So take advantage and click on the guide section if you're watching this live. Obviously, if you're watching the replay and you're watching, the recording of this, you may or may not already be in the Health Hub. And if you're not, then definitely send us a message and make sure that we are adding you into that so you have access to the rest of those videos. Or you can also just book a free 15-minute call with us so we can go through some of those things with you, right? We really believe in just truly serving to the highest level as we can, because we want to get this information in as many hands of as many women as possible, so that you don't have to be like me, or so that other people don't have to be like maybe yourself, right? Who are struggling so much when it comes to painful periods, when it comes to bloating, when it comes to having, really dull skin that's aging fast or that's breaking out on you, or just that puffiness in your face all the time, extra inflammation, no energy. I could go on and on and on. PCOS, right? And even when it comes to these things that I'm going to share with you about the products that you're supposed to use and the products that you should toss and what you should actually add. This doesn't only have to do with beauty, guys. I actually work with a lot of women that have things like PCOS, fibroids, all of these things that all have to do with estrogen dominance. And estrogen dominance is something I'm going to dive into in a second. It's something that I had, and it's something that was one of the tipping points for me when I went through that, right? Remember when I said I had those breakouts, I had boils all over my skin. It was like you couldn't see an inch of my skin that didn't have a breakout on it, and it was all hormonal. No doctors were able to help me. Nothing worked. It didn't matter what I do, no cream, no whatever. It was all hormonal. So that's why this is really important to understand that it's so much further than the products you're putting on you. It's what the products are doing inside you. Let me say that again. It's not necessarily about what the products are doing on you. It's about what they're doing inside you that matters. And that's why it's so important to dive through this. So, if you're watching this video and you're someone that's like, I'm good with the products that I'm using, like I don't really care too much about balancing my hormones or, being super healthy that way. And that's totally cool. If you're someone like that, then obviously this won't be a good video for you to watch, because we really do deal with, people that are really wanting to just go deep, go inward, be able to totally detoxify, balance your hormones and feel amazing, right? But if that is you and you're super committed to that, this is definitely going to be super insightful for you. So let's dive in, guys, because, all of the struggles I went through got me on this path. I was also gaining body weight. I was also gaining so much belly fat at that time too. And I had no idea what I was going to do to get rid of it. It didn't matter. All the things that I used to do that would work, nothing worked. And it wasn't until I tapped into this kind of information and I started to understand toxicity and estrogen dominance that everything shifted for me. So let me just explain that to you really quickly before I give you this list of products. Now, when it comes to estrogen dominance is actually something that happens from so many different things that we have as toxins and pollutants in the world right now. So estrogen dominance can come from things like the pollution in the air. It can come from microplastics that are in the water, right? That's why it's so important to drink from glass versus plastic. So it comes from microplastics. It also comes from heavy metals that are sprayed as pesticides on your food. This is also another thing that can boost up your estrogen levels that are bad estrogens, not good estrogens, right? So this is also helpful for women in menopause. But estrogen dominance is essentially like a global pandemic that's happening right now in the world. And I've talked about this a lot before, so it's really important. And estrogen dominance is really something that's not only affecting women, it's also affecting men, because men that are also being exposed to all these toxins, which I will share with you, they are also starting to notice that men are having a decrease in sperm count by up to 50%, guys, which is crazy. So this means that, by the year 2045, they're saying that a lot of couples are going to have to use IVF in order to get pregnant. pregnant, because the estrogen dominance, the influx of estrogen from all of these toxins that we're ingesting from things like the plastics, from cooking, right? If you're cooking in a lot of plastic containers or shoving things in the microwave in plastic containers, you're drinking from plastic water bottles, if you're cooking on like with cellophane wrapper still on your food, if you're cooking with the metal, you know, that metal sheet, I have no idea what it's called. I'm totally having a brain fart right now. But you know what I'm talking about, right? And if you're someone who eats out all the time, so you're not actually getting the food in your system to help detoxify all those excess estrogens, what's happening is these xenoestrogens, these really bad estrogens, are actually coming into your body and they're mimicking what a normal estrogen would do. And what happens is when this kind of massive imbalance in estrogen is going on in your body, it actually gets your body into a state of toxicity, right? Your body is in a state of toxicity. And if you're not eating the right nutrition, then your body's not able to detoxify it. So we always like to take a two-prong approach, right? We like to take a two-prong approach because this can really affect you on so many levels. This can lead to PCOS, maybe you already have it. PCOS, fibroids, really painful periods, excess weight gain, especially on your stomach or your hips and your thighs, right? If you have a lot of excess weight on your hips and your thighs, this is a profile of someone who has estrogen dominance. Same thing with on your belly, that can have to do with estrogen dominance and also stress. Now, things like really bad headaches, PMS, all of these different things, swelling, puffiness, right? Waking up in the morning being like, not being able to really recognize yourself, you'll have to give yourself this like crazy massage to have to get rid of all the puffiness. This is all side effects of estrogen dominance. And yes, it can also lead to breast cancer. So these are not only things to help you look better, but it also helps you feel better, have less headaches, you know, be able to actually have more energy, look better, not be so swollen or puffy or bloated, and be able to lose weight more easily too. These products are going to help you with that. And they're not products for weight loss. It's just in order to be able to detoxify all that crap from your system. So now that you understand a little bit more about estrogen dominance, and you understand that it is because of all the toxins that are happening in the world, because of all of the things that we're using, right? When it comes to all of the list of the specific ingredients, I'm going to share that in 1 second. But I just want to give you guys a more stable understanding of why this is so important, of why having the right products to use and also having the awareness now and having this list with you, that at the end, make sure you stay until the end, because I'm actually going to, give you the list, right? I'm going to give you the list so that you have it with you, you have it as a tool in your toolkit, so you can go through all your products and be able to toss what's on that list, be able to add in, because I've actually done a lot of research to be able to make it done for you, make it fast, because it took me a long time to do this. Once I realized that 90% of my products had all of these, hormone disrupting ingredients in them, I was like, oh my gosh, where am I going to find a substitute for this that doesn't have these ingredients in it? Even companies that said they were organic, even companies that said they were the healthy companies, they were the healthy alternative, most of them still had all of those disrupting ingredients in them. So I was like, how am I supposed to find this? So it took me so long, it took me months to dive in, to read ingredients, to find products that were actually really good and that actually still worked, right? You don't just want to like not use shampoo and conditioner anymore. Like that's not fun, right? So you want to actually be able to know. And like I said, I did this list for you so that it has both sides. It doesn't only have what to toss, but it also has easy clickable links to all of the different products that I've found that work amazing, that keep my hair shiny, that keep it really soft and smooth, that keep my skin smooth, and that's actually really simple too. The products that I now use on my face because I have crazy sensitive skin, all those things, have it done for you in this list. So make sure you stay until the end, because I'll get that to you. I'll make sure that you have that. So this is why it's really important. And when it comes to, the whole overarching reason for this, now a lot of people don't necessarily understand that pharmaceutical companies actually love the fact that there's all of these ingredients in here, right? Because it continues to feed the industry. It keeps feeding the industry. It keeps feeding the industry of keeping people sick and of keeping you having to come back for more. And this is why it's really important for you to start to discern and have enough understanding to say, I'm a sovereign being. I'm going to choose not to put this in my body, and I'm going to choose to use this instead. So this is all your choice. Make sure that as you're going through this list, that you actually, take the time if you need to do your own research too. Google and research estrogen dominance. You're going to see so many different things pop up. It truly is a pandemic that's happening right now. And the last thing is that this is also going to help with our actual footprint on the earth, because the products that you're going to start to use and that you shift to, if you choose to, after going through this list and starting to see like, oh my gosh, these are all so toxic. These are all toxic ingredients for our environment too. So if you're someone who gives any kind of care about Mother Nature, about the earth, about our plants, about being able to keep the earth intact so that our kids and our grandkids of our grandkids are going to actually have a planet to be able to play on and be healthy in, without having to have all these toxins and without having all this massive, desertation and all these things that are happening in the world, then these are things that you can start to do now, right? You can start to do this right now. And this, in using these products that are actually going to be natural and organic, it's not only helpful for you and your body, but it's also helpful for the environment. And I know that was something that played a really big role in my choice to shifting, right, and diving deep into this. But really, with what I give you, you're going to be able to do this in like an eighth of the time that I did, right? That's why I wanted to do this. So you literally have, it's like done for you, super quick links to click on. Absolutely easy, and you can literally shift everything into an organic and hormone balancing skincare and beauty product regimen within like a week probably, or within a day if you just want to go all in, right? So, okay, how many of you are excited to dive in? If you're watching this live, comment excited below, and let's go into this list. Okay, so when it comes to the list that we're going to go through, I'm going to give you, how we're going to do this is I am going to actually give you specific ingredients to check for. And I'm going to give you some of the common products that those ingredients are in. So there's actually going to be, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 5 major classes of toxic, endocrine disruptor, hormone disrupting ingredients, right? And these ingredients, they truly place such a toll on your body, and they can really also affect your liver. They can affect absolutely everything that's going on. And yes, if you're constantly having these within your system, your body is not going to want to release fat. And I promised I would share with you why that is. Now, if your body is in a state of toxicity, and once again, nutrition is going to be number one. Like, I want you to understand the importance of this. Don't think that you're just going to change all your products and all of a sudden you're going to start losing weight and balancing all your hormones. Meanwhile, you're eating like Harvey's and McDonald's and stuff, and you're eating just total crap, right? Then no, like you're going to help a little bit. Of course, like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not like this is going to just solve every single one of your issues. It's about taking that multiple prong approach, and nutrition is always going to be the base, the foundation of that. That's what I focus on with all of my clients. That's why my clients have amazing results. We have a 99% success rate with a money back guarantee, because that's literally how successful we are in helping people lose belly fat in particular, but weight in general, balance their hormones, have more energy, and overall feel better, right? Is because of the fact that we have these things super dialed in, and we really go in and we help your body release these toxins. So then it can be in a position where it's like, oh, I can actually, I feel pretty good. I can actually just like sit back and I can actually let go of this fat now, because most toxins, including the toxins I'm going to share with you that are in your beauty products, they are fat soluble. Okay, so fat soluble toxins, what does that do? If your body is not ingesting the right nutrients to help support your liver to detoxify those ingredients from your system, what's happening is it's going to store all of these toxins in your fat cells, because that's the safe place where it neutralizes them, right? Doesn't mean you've gotten rid of them. It's just stored toxins. So if you have a bunch of toxins stored in your fat cells, and from having, eating the wrong foods, from not eating the right foods, not adding the right ones into your diet, from eating a non-organic diet, from also using all of these products that are really, really toxic to your system, what's going to happen is your fat cells are going to be in a place where they're going to like close up like a prison. Not your fat cells, literally every cell in your body. It's going to close up like a prison, and it's going to say, I'm not letting anything in, and I'm also not letting anything out. And because your body is smart, it wants to survive before anything else. It's going to choose surviving over balancing your hormones. So what it's going to do is, since your body is saying, okay, well, I know that because the food that I'm eating is total trash, and because of the fact that, and I mean, I'm just being raw and real with you guys, right? I know that because the food I'm eating is total trash, I know I'm not being supported. I know that my liver is not being supported, right? If that's the case, then I'm not going to allow my body to get rid of this fat. I'm not going to allow those toxins to get released into the system when your body knows that your liver isn't able to process them. So if you're in that toxic state constantly, your body is never going to get rid of that extra fat, guys. It's never going to. It's going to just stay like this. It's going to be like, nope, nothing's coming in, nothing's coming out. I'm not letting go of anything. But when you start to detoxify, you eat the right foods, you get rid of the right foods, and then you go in and you detoxify everything that you're using as products too, your body can start to relax. It can start to absorb the right nutrients, and it can also start to say, hey, I'm safe. I can actually get rid of these fat cells. I know those toxins are going to get, eliminated through my liver, and there's also not that many toxins left in my body. So amazing. Let's start letting the fat melt off. This is how it works, guys. This is why we have such a high success rate, because we go at it from every angle. So let's dive in. What I want you guys to do right now, and if you're excited, comment excited. Now that you understand the why behind everything, the why is what takes a long time. This is super fast. We can go through this really quickly, and you're gonna have the recording if you want it. If you're watching this live and you want the recording, then just comment recording below. We'll make sure that you get it, okay? So with the recording, you're also going to get like the actual list, right? But at the end of this live, I'm also going to put the list and the links that you can click on below in the comment section, okay? So let's dive in. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at your nail polish, your deodorant, and your body lotion, right? We're gonna start with this. Now, I want you to toss it if it has phthalates in it. Now, this is really, really important. These phthalates are actually some of the most endocrine disrupting ingredients. They're absolutely awful. And that is things like DBP and DEHP. I have to make sure that I look at these ingredients because there's a lot of like crazy names in them, right? And these are the things that make the product soft and malleable, right? When you think about nail polish, when you think about deodorant, you think about body lotion, right? Usually they have like that soft kind of feel to it that makes it easier to apply and easier to go on, right? So this is really important. So make sure that you're diving in and you're getting rid of anything that has phthalates in it. This is so, so big, guys. These are such a big category of xenoestrogens, and these are actually the ones that will actually cause for men too. Make sure you're doing this for your partners as well, that it's actually going to cause men's sperm count to actually decrease by up to 50%, which is really, really awful and can be a really big precursor to cancer, breast, and just a lot of other kinds. So make sure you're going in, you're looking at anything that has DBP, DEHP, right? Any phthalates, get rid of them. Okay, if you guys are good with that, let's move on to the next section. So what I want you to do is look at your toothpaste, your shampoo, your bath salts, your shower gel, right? All of those things. And what I want you to do is I want you to get rid of them if they have any sodium lauryl sulfates. Now, these sodium lauryl sulfates, or they can also show up on ingredient labels as SLS or SLES. These are really, really important for you to get rid of as well, right? Because these are what they use for the lather, right? So like if you have like the shampoo or the soaps or anything like that, you're gonna notice that that lather is actually coming from the sodium lauryl sulfate. So get rid of those. Those are extremely hormonally disrupting. Awesome? Okay, moving down. I told you this was gonna be fast. Once I gave you all the why, right? This is gonna be super fast, but you have this, right, for life. So next up is look at your conditioner, your foundation, your skin masks, and your facial creams, right? And I want you to look for anything that has parabens. Now, I'm going through the main products that contain the main ingredients, but what I want you to do is I want you to understand that just because it's a foundation, maybe, it doesn't mean that it's not going to have any of the other hormonal disrupting ingredients. So the main thing I want you to do is I want you to have these main 5 groups of ingredients and just look through everything and make sure that none of those ingredients are in any of your products. That's the easiest thing, right? I'm just breaking it down in a way that's a little more simple. So look at any of your products, but of course, especially the conditioner, foundation, skin mask, all those things, and get rid of it if it contains parabens. Now, the parabens, what it shows up, it doesn't say paraben on the ingredient list, right? This is why it's really tricky. So, because you probably already knew that, right? Because that's a pretty big thing right now. Make sure there's no parabens. Okay, cool. But how does that show up on an ingredient label? So this will give you that deeper understanding to see that if ever it starts with methyl, propyl, butyl, or ethyl, These are really important for you to toss because they're using them as preservatives, right? Parabens or preservatives. So these are really, really big. So that's the third category. Now the fourth category is the anolamine family. So what I want you to look at is your soap, your eyeliner, your hairspray, and your shaving cream, and toss if it has anything that's called DEA, TEA, or MEA. And these are also emulsifiers, preservatives, all of those fun things, right? So, and then next up, I want you to look at your petroleum jelly, right? And also creams, lip balms, all those different things, and toss it if it contains petrolatum. Now, you're probably gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's everything. Yeah, Vaseline, the main ingredient is petrolatum, right? So we wanna make sure that you're getting rid of these things because that's also used as a moisturizer, but extremely hormonally disrupting. So let me go through the 5 categories once again with you super quickly. And I'm also just going to grab my charger because my phone is dying. Perfect. Okay, so let me just get this and plug this in, and then we'll be ready to go. So what I want you to do is I want you to go through all of your different products, like I said, and make sure none of them contain any of these ingredients in them. So I'm just gonna go over them super quickly, go over them so that you can actually have those 5 categories. So remember, petrolatum, get rid of anything with that in it. Also remember, getting rid of anything that has DEA, TEA, or MEA, right? That's in the anolamine family. Also any parabens, which is the methyl, propyl, butyl, ethyl. These are the most common ones you're probably gonna see in a lot of your products. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, almost all my products have these ingredients, right? Also the sodium lauryl sulfates, get rid of anything with that. And then the last one is the phthalates, right? So, which show up as DBP and DEHP. So if any of these are ingredients or in your beauty products, toss it. And what I have done is I've actually put together, like I said, a list, because once you go through this, you're gonna realize that 90% of your products have that in it. So you're probably gonna be like, oh gosh, now what do I do? Because I just literally checked everything that I had within my cupboard. And don't worry if that's you, that was me when I went through this a few years ago too, right? So what I did is I actually created a list for you. And this is gonna take a little too long to go through, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cover a couple of these key products so that you can have them as reference points when you go back and you look at this list. So I actually was able to find a face wash for you guys that you can get on Amazon. It's called John Masters. That is amazing, best face wash I've ever used, and it is free of all of these chemicals, right? So you'll have the link for that. You'll also have the link for a skin brightening face serum and also a facial oil. Now, if you're like me, I wanted to stay away from any oils because I had kind of combination dry but yet kind of oily skin that was prone to breakouts. So what I actually did is I actually dove super deep in the research behind this, and it's permiferous oil that they actually use, which is the most highly sought after beauty oil that you can use for your hair, your skin, and your nails. It's absolutely amazing. It really helps with getting rid of any discoloration. It helps with decreasing the aging process. But what I do is I actually use this oil along with the skin brightening serum. Now the skin brightening serum actually has mushrooms in it. And it's one of those things that has the adaptogenic herbs and mushrooms within the serum that actually will go in and help get rid of any discoloration in your skin. They call it liquid Botox. That's what the company calls it. It's super, super cool. And it literally is. It's like liquid Botox. It goes on really, really nice. You don't need to have multiple different things. I used to have like 5 different, things that I would do in, my skincare routine just for my face. And now I just have 3. I use the John Masters face wash, and then I use these 2 products, the face oil and the serum. I combine the 2 of them together and then put it on. That's it. I replaced all of my other products with 3, which was amazing. It cost me so much less. I think the 2 combined with the face oil and the serum's only $60, and it lasts like 3 months, which is amazing. That's even cheaper than buying stuff at Walmart, right? And then also the facial oil, but like the quality is insane, right? It's so, so amazing. And the facial oil, it is more expensive. So it's at least, I think it's close to the same price, like the $60. But these will last you a really long time unless you're using like massive amounts, which you don't need. You only need a little little bit. It goes a long way. And essentially, you're able to use this on your skin, on your face, and honestly, it works so amazing. It gets rid of sunspots, it gets rid of discoloration. It's really good for if you have acne-prone skin. It will help balance the pH of your skin. The mushroom will actually go in and act as an antioxidant to brighten your skin so that you don't need to wear as much makeup. It's so amazing, guys. So make sure that you check out the serum and the facial oil, and I also have a link there for you where it's the combo of the two together. Now, what I want you to do is when it comes to the site that you're going to go on for the serum and the oil, not every product in that company is hormone balance and toxin free. So I want you guys to understand that they advertise that they are, which they are more than most companies, but things like their face wash does have some of the sodium lauryl sulfates. So that's why I did the work for you guys, and I really dove in and I made sure that any of the things that I'm recommending on here have none of those ingredients. So make sure that you're just buying those. Or you're using the ingredient list when you're going and looking at this site, because it does have a lot of products that are amazing, but I just picked the best ones for you, the ones that I use, that I recommend to everyone, and that are the best for everyone, whether or not you have acne-prone skin, aging skin, wrinkly skin, dry skin, whatever it is, these are gonna work really well for you. So those are the main ones, right? So I have the combo there that I'll send you guys the link for this after. It'll be, all the links are actually within the document that I'm going to give you that also has the list of things to toss. So it's all there in one simple spot. It's just like plug and play, guys. It's super simple. I did like, I'm like, why am I giving this away for free? It took me so long to do this. Oh my gosh. Okay. So next up, also just additional, night cream that you can use. I added one here. It's one from Amazon. It's from Earth Science. You can actually get that too. The link will be in the document for you. Really great. I use this actually before. Sometimes I don't use it all the time, but sometimes I use it, and it actually has some really organic acids in it that help be able to just help your skin once again be able to kind of exfoliate a little bit more, so that it's really able to absorb the higher level products that I just recommended to you, the serum and the oil. So they work really well together. And of course, some natural acids are really good, right, to also help with discoloration and getting rid of clogged pores and those kinds of things. So also, the next thing is a skin brightening face mask. Now, I actually, in the document, right, since we're live right here, I'm not able to share screen with you, but you were sharing screen, you'd be able to see that in the document that I give you, there's actually 2 face masks there. There's one face mask that's amazing. It's from the same company that I just mentioned with the serum and the face oil. Super awesome. Like, I noticed a big difference the first time I used it. You literally put it on just a couple minutes, take it off, and it truly goes in and brightens, unclogs your pores, and it smells so good too. Makes your skin feel fresh and clean and alive again. It's so awesome. So that is one of the face masks. Then the other face mask that I added in there is actually one that I created myself, that's from ingredients that you can buy on Amazon, right? Or at like a Healthy Planet or something like that. And it's literally just 1 tablespoon bentonite clay, the powder, 1 teaspoon manuka honey. Make sure you're getting high level manuka honey. And also, you're not just using like honey. Make sure it's actually manuka honey. And then also a 1/4 teaspoon of activated charcoal. And you literally just combine that with some water in like a little bowl and put it on your face for a few minutes. It's so healing. It's so detoxifying. The honey is amazing for healing and antibacterial, right? The bentonite clay is great for healing, but also for extracting and pulling out any excess oil and toxins and any of those things, and for healing as well. And the activated charcoal is so good, as you know, for latching onto toxins and pulling them out of your skin. Literally, you take the mask off and your skin feels like you just had a facial. Like, it's so good, and it's so cheap, because when you first buy all those ingredients, of course it's going to cost a little more. I think like the bentonite clay is maybe like $20. Manuka honey, if you're getting a good one, is like $40. And then the charcoal, I think, is close to $22, right? But this will last you like 4 months at least. If you're doing this like a couple times a week, it could last you even longer than that. So it's actually really awesome. And yeah, I put the links to be able to get bentonite clay and manuka honey too, the ones that I actually use. It's all in here for you guys. Which is super simple. And then also for hair care, I also went in and I put in the shampoos that are really great. I have some awesome Ayurvedic shampoos in there. It's literally like, I'm not making money off of this, guys. It's literally from like these shampoos are from like Amazon that I found, but they're from really high level companies in Amazon. Because if you're like me, you don't just want to go to Walmart and buy like some crap. You want to make sure it's high level, right? So these are Ayurvedic. They have amazing herbs and really healing, really great for like nice and shiny hair. When it comes to a hair mask, you can literally also use things like coconut oil, castor oil, whatever you want. And I also put a couple things that you can use for deodorant and toothpaste. Schmidt's, actually, the company Schmidt's that you can actually buy at Walmart. It's one of the only products that's on here that's like, yeah, you can buy this at Walmart. So Schmidt's is actually a deodorant, which is really awesome. Toothpaste, make sure that it's fluoride free. This is an excess toxin that you also don't need to be taking into your body. It will really calcify your pineal gland, which is a gland in your brain. It actually makes it hard and it makes it look like an egg when you're ingesting fluoride. It's super toxic for your body. So make sure you're getting fluoride free toothpaste. And also that Burt's Bees is a pretty good one. Make sure it's the fluoride free. So you can also get that at Walmart. When it comes to lotion for your body, I just use oil. You can use any kind of oil. Now you're probably thinking oil is like that. It's probably super greasy if you haven't used it. Yes, if you're not doing it the right way. So for the oil, and this makes it really cheap, I use coconut oil because I have dry skin. But if you have more oily skin, you could use like jojoba oil or jojoba oil, however you want to pronounce it, because it's a little bit less greasy, right? But I use, if you have dry skin, I would recommend coconut oil. And literally what you can do, it's also antibiotic and antiseptic, which is great. So it's perfect for skin. And what you want to do is you want to put it on when you're in the shower. So don't put any oil on when your skin is dry. This is the key. So if you put it on when your skin's dry, it's just going to sit on top and be super oily and not actually moisturize your skin. Oil needs water to penetrate the skin and actually be able to activate, right? So what you want to do is after you take a shower, when you're still wet, right, and you're still in the shower, just keep your jar of coconut oil or your jojoba oil there and just lather it on when you're in the shower and then pat dry so that it'll actually absorb into your skin and then you're patting the excess dry. So like that's what I use, and I don't have a bunch of oil on my skin right now, but my skin is fairly moisturized, right? So that's all I do for moisturizer from like here down. I don't use a bunch of coconut oil on my face. That's a little excessive for me. Maybe it works for you. Do what works for you. Doesn't work for me, right? I need to use the other products that I shared with you. So those are the main ones. And then lastly is makeup. Now I love the company Pacifica, super awesome. They have a great concealer. Foundation Active Cover is a really good one. And this one is okay as well to not have any hormone disrupting ingredients. So if you want to Google Active Cover, that's a really good one. It's also good if you're someone who likes to sweat while you have makeup on. So it's good for not fogging your pores too. Now, if you want to also check out the company Burt's Bees, like I said, but Lily and Lolo, they're a pretty cool company for makeup as well. And if you want to check out Socialite Beauty, that's one of the sites that I've noticed has really good makeup. That usually a lot of it is okay for not having hormonal disrupting ingredients in it. So those are the main things, guys. And if you're really excited to be able to get this list, comment list below. Because I'm super pumped to be able to share it with you. Literally, like I said, this is like 5 months of work that it's taken me to put this together. You get it right now. So you could literally be on your way to having completely detoxified products, organic products that are going to help balance your hormones, have more energy, make your skin shiny, not age as fast, so that you can actually have glowing, younger looking skin. And also know that you're doing your part to be able to help the environment, as well as be able to help your body lose weight and also prevent or help with things like PCOS, massive hormonal disruption, even things like cancer, guys. So this is so key. So what I want you to do is comment list below. And if these things that I've shared with you have sparked up some questions, right? Maybe you have questions and you're just like, I don't know what to do about the nutrition piece. Like I literally am feeling good now about the products because you have that. You literally have that whole section that I normally give to my high paying clients. You have it, right? But you might be thinking at this point, like, I don't really know what to do about the nutrition. And you know, like I said, that is the key piece. If you were just doing the products, okay, good. But that's like putting a drop in the bucket. really approaching it from a holistic perspective and of detoxifying your food as well, knowing what foods not to eat. And it goes so much deeper than just sugar and dairy and gluten and all the stuff that you already know. You already know that stuff, right? It goes so much deeper. It goes into using food as medicine, knowing what compounds like indole 3-carbinol are in what foods like cruciferous veggies to help go in and detoxify some of those excess estrogens, right, that are in your body from the pollutants that you're exposed to every single day. And knowing what foods to add in and knowing what foods not to have, also knowing what foods in what proportion to have for your body, because that's also really important for you to be able to lose weight. Maybe you don't want to lose weight, maybe you just want to balance your hormones and detoxify, right? Then these are all really important. But I'm sure that you would probably feel good if you had, less bloating, if you didn't have puffiness, if you didn't have to worry about all of these things, if you knew that you would be able to have more energy, be able to flaunt, your summer dresses and your bikinis, right? With feeling good about your skin and your belly and your thighs and all of these things. These are really, really awesome, really parts that you can get from the right nutrition and using the tools like I just gave you now. So if you're wanting to dive deeper into that, guys, then just comment below with call. Comment call below. And what we'll actually do is we'll give any single person that has watched this video a totally free 15-minute consultation with either myself or one of my head coaches so that we can dive deeper and really understand what's happening at a deeper personal custom level with your body, because you're probably thinking like, well, I have this, I have that, I don't know about this, right? We'll go over everything with your body particularly, and then be able to see and give you a roadmap, literally give you a step-by-step customized roadmap to say, if you do this, you're going to be able to be successful. So this is really big, guys. We just want to have so much value given for you. Of course, if it's a good fit and if you're wanting to get more info on what it looks like, at the end of the call and after you've gotten some good info and tips that you can use then, if it's a good fit and you're thinking, okay, I'd really love to be able to have the step-by-step blueprint to be able to get here faster and to be able to actually get to my goals, lose that extra belly fat, feel good, have nicer skin, have more energy, right? All of those things, and take away all the guesswork so it's all done for you, then definitely we'd be able to talk to you at the end of that call in terms of what it would look like to work with us. Because of course we don't take everyone on, so there is an application process, and obviously the call would also be part of the application. So we just want to be able to help you out, right? If it's a good fit. So of course we can talk about that at the end of the call if you like. But really, let's just get you some great value so you can be on your way to balanced hormones, better health, more energy, and just feeling amazing as the diva that you are. So comment call below if you want some excess knowledge on that. And also, I am going to put the link for the list below. So I hope you guys are having such an amazing rest of your day. It was so great getting to hang out with you. Absolutely love you. And remember, the planet absolutely needs your greatness right now more than ever. So ciao, guys. Love you all.